International transformation and success coach Myrna Morris Young delivers life-changing strategies as the host of the Mindset Transformation radio show and podcast. Each show gives you practical tips on living your best life now by changing your mindset to change your life. I am grateful that you have tuned in today from all over the world. I believe that the Spirit of God led you here so that you can receive insight, revelation, and knowledge to see the next step in front of you as God reveals His purpose and destiny in your life. And now, here's Coach Myrna.
Welcome to the Mindset Transformation Radio Show and Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Myrna Young, and today I want to deviate from my co-host series with my partner, Miss Margot Blake, and talk to you one-on-one on the 7 ways to fulfill your desires for intimacy. So, if you are feeling unfulfilled, frustrated, insecure, or alone in your relationships, if you crave the attention of your partner or you're hoping for a partner, if you don't feel fully understood by your partner and you are longing for deeper intimacy and more passion and a relationship that just penetrates your soul, that is your heart, your mind, your body, and spirit, then stay tuned. This is the episode for you. Before we go any further, I want to let you know that this episode is being brought to you by Mix Amore and Hypnosis Everywhere. Hypnosis Everywhere with Inez Simpson explores, dissects, discusses, and opens up the world of hypnosis. You will discover that hypnosis is a very big world indeed. In Hypnosis Everywhere, Inez offers you tools and answers to deal with the tricky mind of yours and proven ways to enrich your life. This episode is being brought to you by Mix Amore, the newest, hottest, and free dating app. That's Mix Amore, Mixamore. Your happiness could literally be in the palm of your hand. Learn more about our sponsors, Mix Amore and Hypnosis Everywhere, at our break. All right, so let's dive right in. As I said, today is just you and me. This is going to be one of my teaching, coaching episodes. And I want to give you a feeling of what a one-on-one coaching session would look like. And we are going to, of course, expand on our topic, which is desire. We are having a series right now on the alchemy of desire. We've had 3 episodes. We are going to have another 3 more. And I thought that we should have a nice little break in the middle and have a teaching moment from me, your mindset coach. All right, so as I said, our topic today is 7 ways to fulfill your desire for intimacy. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but the key to a long-lasting, deep connection that's amazing in all relationships share is trust. When there are cracks in the trust, that's when all sorts of problems begin to creep in, until they're undermining your relationship and maybe even your sense of self. That's because a lack of trust pushes us into our minds. Our minds spins tales, usually not true, of the other woman. We think, is she prettier than me? Does he love her? Is she a better lover than me? Is she sexier than me? Is she younger than me? And on and on and on. And you can't seem to turn off that top. It's like goes with you everywhere, right? And then once you're in that negative spin, fear creeps in. Is he going to leave me? I will be alone. I can't afford to look after these kids by myself. I can't even afford to pay the rent or mortgage for myself, right? Doesn't stop there. And then, of course, what is fair without the self-doubt and the insecurity? You tell yourself, if he's cheating on me, that must mean that he's no longer attracted to me. Maybe I need to do something. Maybe I need to lose weight. Maybe I need to get a boob lift. Maybe I need to, and you start overthinking it. But what happens is while the tales that you're spinning in your mind are usually false, but what also happens is your entire system is more focused on your internal dialogue and thoughts. And intimacy, which is that spiritual connection to your partner, goes out the door. Because the mind can only concentrate on one thing at a time. And it's not concentrating at all on the moment. It's not concentrating at all on what's right in front of you right now. And that is your partner. Because you are not present. You are in your head. Right? Intimacy is only deepened by play, creativity, vulnerability, and the courage required to take your relationship to new heights, right? When you feel safe and you trust your partner, you don't hold back. And when you hold back, you deaden the relationship. It can't fly with that dead weight, right? And you need trust and intimacy to make it free, like a balloon that can just fly away. It gives you that energy of lightness, right? So I'm talking about safety that creates a deep sense of trust and connection in your relationship. When you feel safe and trusting with your partner, you can be who you are. You can be free to reveal yourself. You can be free to take off the mask. You know, they say behind the lipstick, you show yourself. It gives you the freedom to go deeper and to expand into what is possible. Where your relationship is a source of profound love, inspiration, and even a connection to the divine. All right? So, how do we do this? How do we create this miracle of deepening trust and connection with your partner? I'm going to tell you. Just want to also let you know that safety and trust completely transforms the way you connect with yourself and your partner. A strong, secure foundation fosters unconditional love, thriving intimacy, and a profound presence in your relationship. Like I said, you got to show up, right? You got to be present. You got to see what's right in front of you. All right? So I think we're off to a great start, but let's take our first break to hear a word from our sponsors. Stay tuned. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes when we come back, so don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Welcome to Mindset Transformations Radio Show with your host, Coach Myrna. Do you feel the need to do more with your life? Are limiting beliefs holding you back from true success? Enjoy a unique blend of interviews, discussions, and transformation coaching in every show. Get the tools for success. The Mindset Transformation Radio Show with your host, Coach Myrna.
Have you stopped to think seriously about hypnosis? Hypnosis can set you on your way to better health, can free you from anxiety, phobias, and so much more. Join host Inez Simpson for Hypnosis Everywhere. Inez Simpson and the Simpson Protocol. This show is for anyone from the experienced hypnotist practitioner to the merely curious. Inez Simpson offers tools and insights from the whole world of hypnosis, with guests and open discussions. Hypnosis Everywhere, The Simpson Protocol, airs live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, on Voice America Health and Wellness.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Mix Amore, a new dating app. It doesn't matter if you're Black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, Indian, or beyond. Listen, some see things in black and white. Some see plenty of fish. To match is hard, so they say. Why not try Mix Amore? That's Mixamore. Download today for free. Ciao.
Welcome back to the Mindset Transformation Radio Show and Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Myrna Young. And today we are talking about the 7 ways to fulfill your desire for intimacy. In our first segment, we looked at how a sense of trust and safety allows for the deepening of intimacy because we feel free to give ourselves totally and not to hold anything back. Now I want to give you 7 additional ways to foster deeper intimacy and fulfill your desires of love and connection. All right, so number 1, uncover the hidden obstacles to safety and trust in your relationship. All right, be aware of the behaviors that lead to distrust of your partner. For me, being a little transparent here, for me, for years, I had this anchor that if I call my husband and he doesn't answer, then I immediately went into distrust mode. And I know there's lots of you out there like me, and that was because I have had men cheat on me in the past, and that was the baggage I brought into my marriage, distrust, right? And it took me years to replace that anchor. I had to work very hard to remove that obstacle because it definitely destroyed intimacy. Because you girls know that if your man doesn't answer the phone when you call, then we get an attitude. And he responds to the attitude because he wasn't doing anything. Maybe the phone died or maybe he didn't hear it, and so on and so on. And no man likes being accused, right? So when this happens, there's not an intimate moment anywhere in sight, just tension. So you need to identify your triggers and work on removing them. That was one of my big ones, and I can tell you that I got rid of it, right? So the first step in changing any behavior is consciousness. If you're not aware of it, you can't change it. So, hopefully when I was talking, that allowed your mind to bring to your awareness some of your negative behaviors that you need to clear out. All right? Number 2, awaken a deep sense of presence and attunement within yourself and with your partner. You need to work on becoming whole. Find your inner peace. Try meditating daily or going for a walk or some form of exercise that it's me time or you time so that you can be present, because being present is a present to your partner. And when you show up together, you make your quality time count because you're at peace. You're not fighting any internal battle. Your mind is not stressed out, You got to find peace. And when you find peace, you radiate. You become like the Dalai Lama or Buddha. Not that, I don't mean for you to become, like a spiritual, conduit or anything, but just find your peace. You understand what I'm talking about? You got to be whole. If you don't got it, then you can't give it. So you have to have it. All right, number 3, moving all right along. Learn how to communicate with greater ease so that you can be fully seen and understood by your partner. And since communication goes both ways, when your partner understands you and sees you, then you also should be able to understand your partner and see him as well. Remember that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Our communication styles are totally different. Just yesterday, I said to my husband of 13 years, I say one thing and you hear something totally different. Still, after all this time, communication with your partner is going to take work because you guys are different. That's how the polarity worked, which is why you find yourself being attracted to each other, and that's because you're different, right? Opposites attract. So it's going to take some work, but work on it, and every day it's going to get better. All right, number 4. Clear out old unhealthy patterns and ways of operating in your relationship for a deeper sense of what's truly possible for you in love. This is one that applies to a lot of women, right? Unhealthy patterns in a relationship is what you do when you're mad. So, what do you do when you're mad? Do you withhold sex? Do you give your partner the silent treatment? Do you refuse to cook his dinner? Do you talk about him to your friends? These are just some of the few top ones that I know about. But they are unhealthy patterns, and you need to clear them if you want deeper intimacy. Because I'll tell you, girls, it doesn't work. It does just the opposite, right? But that's how we are wired, And I'm still working on this one with the silent treatment because that's where I go normally. But I'm working on it. Pray for me. All right. But if you can't identify your unhealthy patterns and your relationship is lacking intimacy and communication and all these things, then it might be time for you to hire a relationship coach and take your relationship to the next level. Don't let it just go down into the doghouse and never come back up. If you need help, then ask for it, right? Number 5, learn how to foster sexual and sensual energy throughout the day with your partner. Now this is the fun one, right? In our 3 previous episodes of The Alchemy of Desire, we talked about the sexual and the sensual blueprints, right? Sexual energy is physical energy. It is just the act, It is just the raw physical act, right? So, but it's got energy. It's got big transforming energy, right? So let's say you send your husband a text while he was at lunch or something, and you say, hey, baby, can't wait for tonight. And you promise him a treat, something he really likes, right? The energy of him thinking about your text and his treat all day makes the sexual energy in the evening magical. It's also fun, right? That's the sexual part of the energy we're talking about. Now, the sensual energy, on the other hand, is romance. So using the same analogy, you can either send a text or leave your husband a note in the morning with his breakfast. That's even more romantic. A physical handwritten note telling him or giving him an invitation to meet you for a date night at 7 p.m. Now, you can be creative But I'm thinking that, you can stay right at home and have a date night in the backyard or your lanai or even in the living room if you want. But when he walks through the door, you can have his favorite music playing. You cooked him his favorite food, or you ordered in. You have a bottle of wine, and you're wearing your power outfit. As Margot suggested, my mind goes right now to the movie. All of a sudden I'm getting a blank right now, but Pretty Women, right, where, Julia Roberts, sat at the table, fully naked with just a tie. Now that's her power outfit. And that's what we're talking about. And they were creating that energy all day, because remember, he was calling her and they had a date night. Actually, that movie is where you can go learn about all this stuff, about the energy and romance and everything. It's great. So I just thought of that right now. But that's romance, that's sensual energy. So whichever one you choose, whichever one works for your partner, work it, girl. All right? Okay. Number 6, create a rock-solid container for your relationship, allowing you to feel the freedom that's possible in commitment. Intimacy is hard to deepen if your man is just passing through, if he's really not yours, if he's not committed, So you should try to be in a committed relationship. Else you're just wasting time. You're just getting older, all right? So you can remove negative thoughts from the interaction. When you're thinking, hey, where is he when he's not with me? Is he going to marry me? Does he like me? Does he? Right? So it's very hard to work on deepening intimacy if you guys are not in a committed relationship. All right? So that's a goal for you to get to. Number 7, and our last tip today. Discover the helpful tools that would allow you to return to balance when you feel hijacked by toxic emotions and fears. We are human. Your man is going to bug the shit out of you sometimes, right? You are going to bug the hell out of him sometimes. That's what makes life interesting. Relationships are a roller coaster. But the time to learn to swim is not when you're thrown overboard. The time to learn is when there's no emergency and you can practice your skills of swimming. In a similar manner, when if you learn by practicing your cool, so that when you are thrown under a bus or you feel your rage coming up like a burst pipe, then you know how to control your anger, right? Because you've practiced. You know what to do. Are you going to walk away? Are you going to take some calm breaths? Are you going to ferme your bouche, which means close your mouth? Whatever you have practiced, then you do it. I just remembered that from French class a minute ago. Right. So if I messed it up, forgive me. So find some tools that you can use to find balance and to control your toxic emotions that will come up every now and again and can ruin your relationship and intimacy. Because, I've been told, and it's true, you can say things when you're mad, but you can never take them back. So the trick is to learn to close your lips and don't say what you're thinking, right? And, of course, it takes practice. All right, so that was our 7, and it's time for our second break to hear a word from our sponsors. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to close off this segment when I get back. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Be right back.
Have you stopped to think seriously about hypnosis? Hypnosis can set you on your way to better health, can free you from anxiety, phobias, and so much more. Join host Inez Simpson for Hypnosis Everywhere, Inez Simpson and the Simpson Protocol. This show is for anyone from the experienced hypnotist practitioner to the merely curious. Inez Simpson offers tools and insights from the whole world of hypnosis, with guests and open discussions. Hypnosis Everywhere, the Simpson Protocol, airs live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, on Voice America Health and Wellness.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Mix Amore, a new dating app. It doesn't matter if you're Black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, Indian, or beyond. Listen, some see things in black and white. Some see plenty of fish. To match is hard. So they say, why not try Mix Amore? That's MIXAMORE. Download today for free. Ciao.
Welcome back to the Mindset Transformation Radio Show and Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Myrna Young, and today we are talking about 7 ways to fulfill your desire for intimacy. In our last segment, I gave you 7 ways to foster deeper intimacy with your partner. So let's review them. Number 1 was uncover the hidden obstacles to safety and trust in your relationship. Number 2, awaken a deep sense of presence and attunement within yourself and with your partner. Number 3, learn how to communicate with greater ease. Number 4, clear out old unhealthy patterns. Number 5, learn how to foster sexual and sensual energy throughout the day with your partner. Number 6, create a rock-solid container for your relationship, allowing you to feel the freedom that's possible in commitment. And number 7, discover many helpful tools that would allow you to return to balance when you feel hijacked by toxic emotions and fears. Now, I hope that this information was inspirational to you and you got some aha moments. My goal is to help you to, take your relationship to the next level, enjoy intimacy with your partner, and help you to reach your desires, which is basically what we're talking about, your desire to be loved and to give love, all right? So as we conclude this episode, I want to let you know that next week we will be returning to our series with my co-host, Margot Blake, who is a one-taste intimacy coach, and we will continue on our topic, the alchemy of desire, right? Remember to subscribe to my podcast and leave a review if you find this content inspirational or helpful. Now, this program is converted to an iTunes podcast, a Stitcher podcast, a TuneIn, and Google Play. So if you don't have iTunes, you can now listen on your Android. If you have any comments or suggestions, I would absolutely love to hear them. You can log on to my blog, which is blog.myhelps.us, and leave a comment, or you can send me an email at info@myhelps.us. That is info@myhelps.us. And you can contact me if you're interested in one-on-one coaching. I'm also a realtor for real estate services in the South Florida market. or if you want to schedule a free strategy session with me, or anything else. If you want to say hello or something, then visit me on the web at myrnayounghelps.com, which is www.myrnayounghelps.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed our episode. Until next time, namaste.